Good evening, everybody. Today is June the 9th, 2022, and we're here with Chris Hauser. We're going to talk more about his 1099A method, his administrative conditional acceptance, and other things that may be of importance to you. If you have a question for Chris, you can hit *6 on your phone. At this time, I believe it's *6 and then 1. I'm not clear, but it's *6. So if you hit *6, I think it might give you instructions to hit 1 or something like that. So, Chris, do you have anything you want to talk about before we get going here?
No, not really. We did the. I think we talked last week about the Abe and that kind of stuff. So, other than the little project we got going on, there's really not a whole lot that we've done that would be new. So, we can go right into the Q&A.
All right. We'll do that now. Let me see. All right. 281, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes,
Hello.
we can. Go right ahead.
Yes. How's everybody doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I have a question for you, Chris. Just a quick question.
Okay.
I actually I went into the dealership today and finalized a deal on a car, and I left my 1099 there along with a UCC1. So my question to you: is there any way that they can come back and try to force me to bring the car back?
So you financed the car and then left the 1099A?
Yeah.
Okay, so they accepted it. Do they understand
Correct.
what they have to do with the other? Do they have to understand what they have to do with the other forms?
Well, the finance manager that waited on me, I don't know if he actually understood it, because the guy that I originally dealt with last Friday when I actually went in, he wasn't there today. He was actually out sick. So I guess maybe he'll call me tomorrow or whatever. Now, that part I'm not sure, because he just said that he was going to let him know once he come back into the office. But I did leave it.
Okay. And you didn't finance it?
No. When you say financing, what exactly do you mean?
Well, you didn't take out a loan to buy it. They accepted your 1099A and you left with the car.
Correct.
You bought it. Well, your trust did, or they bought it for you from your trust.
Okay.
That would be the argument. If they tried to say, you got to bring that back here. Well, no, you accepted the payment in full.
Correct. Okay, when you said as far as the loan, because what I did, I filled out the application. Like you go through the process of filling out the app and all that, yes, and got approved for the credit.
So did you sign a contract to finance the car?
Yes, I did. I signed off on some paperwork.
Okay, so that's what you did. You took a loan out to buy the car.
Okay.
And you're using the 1099A to pay back the loan.
Correct.
That's why I asked, did you finance the car?
Okay, I misunderstood the question. Yes.
Yeah, or did you just do an application for credit and then they accepted the 1099A? Yeah.
No, I did it. Go ahead.
You got a loan. What you did is you got a loan for the car,
and
they accepted the 1099A as a final payment. So they should use that, or they should give that to the financing company to go ahead and submit it. You signed it, right?
Correct. I signed it on the back. I filled it out, everything according to the instructions, the videos and everything, and signed it on the back. with my beneficiary signature.
Well, they accepted it then.
Yeah, he got it in the file.
And they accepted it. They accepted it for the finance company.
Yes.
It should be bought and paid for.
Okay. Well, that's what the finance manager.
They're not going to ask. They're not going to ask for the card back.
Okay, because the finance manager, the one that waited on me, he looked at it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you sign the contract with the beneficiary signature?
I signed all the paperwork with the beneficiary signature. Every piece of paper I signed.
You're good then. You're good then.
Yeah, their signature's over everything that I signed.
Say, look, if they come at you, you can say, look, I signed the paperwork. You all agreed that I am the beneficiary.
Correct.
And you accepted this 1099-A as payment.
Correct.
Go get it. That's not your job. It's not your job to do their job. So tell them, go get it. Go get your money to pay for it, huh? Yeah, if they say, well, we got to set you up on payments to pay for this thing. Now, wait a minute, it's already paid for. That would be double dipping.
Correct. Gotcha. Well, the finance manager that waited on me, he looked at the 1099-A. He said, "Oh, you trying to pay it in full?" I said, "Correct." So he might have had knowledge of that particular form, so I left it at that.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
They know.
Well, that was. Yeah, I believe so too, because they've been trying to run game on me ever since I've been trying to do this deal with them and tried to make me pay money down and all kind of stuff.
Yeah. Did you tell them you wanted the MSO?
No, I didn't tell them that because, like I said, the guy that originally was supposed to wait on me, he was out of the office. So I can call back tomorrow and request that.
Don't let them send that MSO on to the state. The title.
Okay.
That's the actual title. That MSO is the actual title.
So is that something that I can go online and request that myself?
No, I would call them before it gets too far down the road and say, I got you. You know, I need that. And if they say, well, what do you need it for? You can say, well, I'm going to register it in another state. Once you get that MSO, you could. Might not even hurt to go down there and get it in person.
Oh yeah, I go down there. Ain't no problem. I walk right in there.
Yeah, I'd say I need that MSO because I've decided I'm going to register it in another state, and they should give it to you.
Gotcha. So I shouldn't have no fight on that phone.
Once they give that to you, it's yours.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I know that's one thing. Yeah, if once I get that in my hand, that's a done deal for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Now, you don't think that they're going to try to fight me on that simply because they haven't received payment for the car, huh?
Well, they accepted payment. When you give them the 1099-A, they accepted the payment. It's up to them to cash the check.
Okay. All right. So that's the only thing that I didn't do correctly. Okay, but I got it going forward. Okay. Got it.
Go get it.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Okay.
All right. So let's next caller. 773. Go ahead.
Chris, this is Billy, and I'm sorry to bother you again, but I got a pressing question.
Okay.
Regarding the 1099-A. So I got a lot of flack. I posted in one of the Facebook groups to see if someone else could answer it, and I got mixed messages. So the question is this. My sister, after my father passed away, my sister inherited my nephew, for lack of a better word. So she has her own daughter who is turning 16, and she has my nephew who is 17. I'm teaching her this process. She's in the midst of going to purchase my father's house using the 1099-A, and then she was going to get her a new vehicle since hers is over 10 years old. She also wanted to get a vehicle for the kids to drive because they're in different sports. She works a job. She's single. And a lot of people are telling me, no, she can't do that. It's not going to be a gift to the kids. Basically what it is for her to run her household now that she inherited a second kid. That's what would be beneficial. I do not want to do it the wrong way, so that's why before I do anything, I wanted to reach out to you to see. I'm obviously she on the 1099. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is that she can't use her trust to do that. So what she can do is, seeing how she's their trustee, because she's their guardian, she can use their trust, but they'll have to. She'll actually have to sign their names because they're not old enough to sign contracts.
Okay, so since they're not 18, she can be their trustee and use their trust.
She is their trustee.
What's that?
She is their trustee.
Right. Okay.
She can use their trust. She can use their trust to buy that stuff because she's acting as a trustee. She's got to do what's beneficial for the beneficiary.
Gotcha. Okay.
The kids have already. They're by law, they're her chattel property.
Right.
So she's already in a trusteeship. All parents are.
Gotcha.
You'd have to use their trust to buy them a car or get a car for them.
Now, if she does it that way, because she wanted to keep the cars in her name. But obviously have full coverage and it'll cover any drivers. Would she be able to do that or no?
What she needs to do is the kids are going to have to get savvy, because I'll tell you what I would do. Here's what I would do. I would set up a trust for them. Have her set up a trust for them. Or an LLC, okay?
Okay.
And then use their trust to fund the cars, but put them in the LLC.
So put them in the LLC name?
Yeah. Register
gotcha, but use their trust.
Yeah. Use their trust to buy cars. Put the LLC in their names. That way, and she could be the trustee of the LLC. You see what I'm saying? They'd be the beneficiaries of the LLC, and she would be the trustee. And then that way she could insure the cars, have the cars insured, because they're living with her. Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are living. And she was looking to the reason why, I had a lot of people calling me greedy, and it's like she wants to get it for them so it'll get them all the way through college. And then by that time they're over 18 and they can use their own trust however they see fit.
Yeah.
After the fact. So that works. And then I can be the trustee for my sister when she wants to do her vehicle for herself. Okay.
Right.
I do have one more quick question. There's 15 acres worth of land that are buttoned up to my parents' property. Both parents are deceased, but I go home a lot to visit. I wanted to possibly purchase it. With it being 15 acres, there's a few things I would need, like a mower. Now, I know you've mentioned in the past, well, what are the things you're going to need, when you purchase this house, like home furnishings and stuff? Would I be able to add in for a large mower and things like that, things that I'm going to need to work around the property?
Yeah, if you need a small tractor, that's what you can get. I've talked to people that are getting large tracts of land, and there's a couple springs on them, and we're going to have a well dug, and I said, well, how many? You probably 1,500 acres. You probably need more than one well. She said, "Oh yeah, we're probably going to do about 10." I said, "Well, then the beneficiary needs a water well, Derek. You know what I mean?
Yes.
An actual, get a truck that does the wells. You know, if you don't want to pay out for it, you can. If you got a large tract of land, well, you know, the beneficiary needs roads, gravel roads through the property so that I can get at the trees that I'm going to cut for firewood. You see what I'm saying? Or, if it's a big piece of land that's got timber on it and you plan on building on there, well, the beneficiary needs a portable sawmill so I can mill my own lumber. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because it does have a lot of timber.
You need. Yeah. If you had a 200-300 acre tract of land, the beneficiary needs a trackhoe because I got to dig roads and push over trees, and I might need a medium-sized dozer. You get all that stuff because you need it to take care of your property.
Okay. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, think about the things that you need for the property. Figure that all in,
Okay. That's what I was.
I talked to somebody today that was talking about $15 million over the price because of we're going to make greenhouses and canning things, canning house, and we're going to need this extra money to do all that. So you're doing it on a smaller scale,
Right, I'm on a smaller
material.
And that's everything I added in because I am going to make a road that goes from my parents' old property to the new property I'm looking to purchase. So I was thinking of a mini excavator to make my own road and little things like that. But I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I definitely look into that. Think about that stuff. Think about the land and what you're going to do. I need gates. I plan on fencing off 2 acre. I'm going to take 15 acres and I'm going to fence it off in 2 acre fields. I wanted some fields for hay. I want some fields for, cattle or livestock or horses or whatever. Well, you're going to need fencing material. You're going to need stakes, and you're going to need posts, and you're going to need wooden posts. There's a lot of stuff you're going to need. You're going to need tools. You're going to need fencing tools. You're going to need a stretcher to stretch the wire. You think about that stuff and price it and add it all up. Add it into it.
Okay.
Remember,
and when
you're
I
a
put
contractor.
Yes. Yes. So when I put that in box, so I put the fair market value, and then do I put the gross amount including the fair market value altogether, or is it just what's left over? Okay, so it is the gross amount.
Box 4 will be what the price is on the 15 acres of land. Box 2 will be the fair market value and whatever extra money you're going to need. Now, remember, if you're having a trustee do this for you, to add 5% onto that.
Any fees or anything? Okay.
No, just for them. They're entitled to, at least 5% for being a trustee.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, my sister's going to be my trustee for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to do that. And then one last question, and I'm done, and that is there a limit if I wanted to purchase more than one property in a year, because I'm a rehabber here in Chicago? Should I stick to one a year? Everybody's saying only one car and one house a year. I just want to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, absolutely. One piece of property. Now, if you're married, your husband needs his own place too. You can still live together, but he needs his own place too. We need our own places because, we don't always get along. And to get along better, if we had our own places, we can separate when we need it alone time, and the kids can stay with you tonight, and I'll keep them tomorrow, and that's what makes happy marriages, man. When you're all sitting up on each other's laps all day long, every day, you tend to you need your own space. That's why I'm saying, if you own a house, give that to your spouse, and then go buy another one. And then when a year's up, go sell the house, the old house you got, and get a new one for you.
Get you doing okay.
Yeah.
All righty, I got you.
Then
I appreciate you.
That way you got more to leave as inheritance,
Exactly. All right, that clarifies a lot of things for me. I appreciate your time, Chris.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for being with us.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, next question. 337, go ahead.
Hey, Chris. This is Sharon.
Hey.
Look,
hey, Sharon.
On filing, I'm going to file a UCC-1 against my mortgage for the escrow. And it does not say, it does not ask for an amount that I'm filing. It just says a description of the collateral.
That's a description. Yeah, the description of the collateral, it would be the amount of money that the house owes you. Usually it's box 12. Yeah, when you see the description of the collateral, the box, it's asking for what's the description. It's not the house that owes you, or it's not the value of the house that you're doing it for. You're doing it for money against it. This house owes me $500,000. It might not be worth $500,000, but I've kept this house. I've kept it up over the years. It owes me.
Okay.
I made sure things were fixed when it was supposed to be. And if the mortgage is only $75,000, put it for $200,000. $200,000 in gold. Use gold and silver. Okay.
All right.
Use gold and silver when you're doing the description. When the lien will be against the house and the address, or the lot number, or the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the description will be the money, not the house, but the money that you feel the house owes you.
Okay. And I'm the debitor. I would be the debitor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what I'm going to do, it doesn't give me like ones that I've seen. It only gives me like a financing statement.
Yeah.
UCC-1.
Yeah. What I'm going to do right quick here is pull up if I can get my eyes.
And it's one for Louisiana. But before I file it or anything, is it okay if I attach it and email it to you to look over?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Sarah. Take a picture of it and send it to me.
Okay.
However you want to do it. I'm trying to pull one up. It seems like I got a picture in my phone of that one looks like. I think I took one.
Well, this one, it says debitor is the first one, and then it said the secured party's name.
Yeah.
I know, I just got back from the dentist, and my mouth's still numb.
Yeah,
so the
I'm
bank...
pull one up here, I'm going to pull one up here so I don't get sidetracked while we're.
All right, I appreciate it.
This freaking PDF finder thing I got. I'm looking at one right here, and
Okay.
you're going to be the. Wait a minute. Let me do it like this. I can't turn it sideways and enlarge it, so I'm going to take a picture of it here, and then I'll kind of go over that with y'all here.
All right.
So, the UCC ones, we filed a whole bunch of them, man. You would be the name and phone number, contact of the filer. You'll be the filer.
Okay.
You'll be the debtor's name.
Okay.
Or wait a minute. You'll be the secured party.
All right. I'm the secured party.
Yeah, you're the secured party. Is what you'll be. The house will be the debtor. It's the debtor. The debtor's the one that owes you, so it'll be the house. Okay.
Okay.
When you look at it, you could where it says organization's name.
Yeah.
You could put house on 13th Street.
All right.
Or you could use the lot number, and then you.
All right. Or the model number.
Yeah.
I have a.
Is it a trailer?
Number. Yes, it's a mobile home. It's a 2000.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I would
you
put the
could
serial number and model number.
You could do well. See, they got the whole property, right? Or did you put the put the property up?
No,
okay.
my
then
land is mine.
We're talking about it being a something that's movable, right?
Yes.
Well, okay. Then for the name, you could put the name of the. It's a Clayton, and then the model, the model name, right?
Okay.
And then down here, and then what you could do is do the mailing address of where it's at.
Okay.
Okay. And 2 is the two is the debtor's name. It's the same thing. There's only one debtor, so you leave 2 empty, and then you're the secured party, right? That would be you.
Yes. All
you
right.
would fill that in, and then down in collateral.
Do I use my beneficiary name?
Absolutely.
Okay. Gotcha.
Absolutely. Always use your beneficiary name. And then down in collateral, the one I'm looking at is number 4.
Yes,
It says the financing statement covers the following collateral, and it'd be $200 million, or it'd be $200,000 gold and silver. If you go back and you look at the video that I did about the claim of lien, it seems like there was an example.
You did have a financing, yes. I will.
Yeah, go back and look at that, and I don't know why I can't find it in my files here. Probably because it was so long ago. It's way back in my pictures there somewhere.
Okay.
It seemed like I showed I had one what it looked like. Maybe not. Seems like I did it one time. I don't see it now.
And even on the directions, it said if you had a title, I can add that. So I could put common beneficiary. And it said I did not need my Social Security number either. I was glad about that.
All the UCC1 is a notice of a debt. The possible notice of a debt, or notice that a debt is owed, is basically what that is. But I can't seem to find one right now. So
But I would put the dollars in gold and silver, and I would just say for equity or nothing to that, or for upkeep.
Yeah, you could maintenance and upkeep.
Maintenance and upkeep. Okay.
You're putting money into it like you would anything else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A home is an investment. You know, a home is an investment. You put money into it, you should expect to get something out of it. It's actually an entity, if you think about it. It's actually an entity, if you think about it. So.
Yes. And
I don't see it in myself.
All right, and it says check. Do I need to put? Well, there's really no legal description because property is not attached to it.
Yeah, what you're going to do in the collateral section is put the collateral. What's the collateral? It's not the trailer. It's the collateral is the money that the trailer owes you. The trailer is going to be mentioned in the debtor as the debtor. You're actually making the trailer the debtor.
Yes. Okay. And I understand that. You know, that concept of what you're saying. And it says so it's the debtor, no, it's not transmission, filed in connection with public finance transactions.
Yeah, I think I heard you right.
I don't check that. It says only if it's applicable.
Yeah.
And the debtor's not a trust or anything.
No, it's not a trust.
All right, so...
unless it's in a trust,
no,
then it would be...
But it will be. It will be.
Yeah.
Right,
see, the thing about it is with a lien like that, whoever's the largest lien holder gets the first dibs.
And that's in Louisiana
By
revised
doing it like
statutes.
Pardon me?
That. In Louisiana revised statute, which is a UCC, I read in there, it's the largest lien holder gets like first acceptance or something like that in there. And I read it and I thought, and I've got a copy of it, but I couldn't believe it. I thought, yes. And I was glad that I found it.
Now, you know, and because it's owed to you, if they drop the lien, if they say, well, we lost this one, we got beat, and they drop the lien, then you can sell it without having to pay yourself the $200,000. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the lien holder.
Okay.
That's how you stop them.
Like if they say, okay, fine, because I've already, sent them a CA. It's gone to the Treasury, everything. I'm the only one that could cancel this lien, correct?
Yeah, and you have to do it every 5 years.
All right.
Right?
I'll
and
renew
5
it
years
every 5
from now,
years.
you'll have to do it again every 5 years. The thing about it is that, like I said, you have to get paid first. And here's the argument: if you ever find yourself stove up because of all of this, you could say, "Look, if this house doesn't owe me a debt, how is it that I owe this house a debt?" When Public Law 73-10 says all debts, public and private, are paid for.
Yeah.
You see the argument?
Yes, I do.
If they want to run up on you like that, oh well, this isn't a real debt. Well, neither is the debt that you got when
I purchased
that you're claiming that I owe.
Yeah.
You're claiming that I owe a debt. It's no more of a real debt than this lien that I've put on it, because according to Public Law 73-10, there is no debt.
Yeah.
It's all paid.
Yes. Exactly. All right, let me ask you one more question on this.
Okay.
It says alternative designation, and it has seller buyer, and it has AG lien or leasee. I don't put anything there. It says it's applicable, but none of that is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime I run across that, unless I specifically need to fill in that field, I put an NA on it. I do that all. I NA all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I do that.
All right. Okay. That was
all right.
That was it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Keep us informed on the website how it worked for you.
I will, and I will email it to you. I mean, I don't have your number or whatever, but I'll email it to you and let you check it over to make sure that I did it right before I send it to the state.
Okay.
All right.
I'll look for it.
All right.
Thank
you, Chris.
Yeah. Have a blessed night.
248. You're next.
Hello, Chris. This is Joe. I have a Social Security. I have a Social Security question for you. I retired a few months ago. I have yet to apply for my Social Security retirement benefit. I've watched your SSI and VA hearings video a couple times, and I want to know if I could use that same strategy when I go in to apply for my Social Security retirement benefit, so that I get an adjustment on my monthly premiums.
So, are you wanting to apply for the benefits, or are you wanting to cash it out?
Well, I'll take the annuity payment.
Okay. Yeah, you're asking, can you get paid more than what they originally give you?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's not disability.
Yeah, just go in there and look. Go in there. I did this today, y'all. Screwing around with the Social Security. They're trying to jack me up. They're trying to jack up my premiums on Medicare. About $130 or $40 more than what it should be. They're saying that because I'm applying for it late, that there's a penalty, and that's why my premiums are so high. But I say BS. I had it when I first got it in 2016, when I first got disability, and the Social Security Administration canceled it, or Medicare canceled it. I didn't cancel it, so you're not going to run that game on me. And after talking with with one of the social workers at the down in the local office, well, I'm not a trustee. I don't even know what you're talking about. Look, the commissioner, the acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration, it's a trustee. She's a trustee. Janet Yellen's a trustee. Why? Because it's a trust fund. So I had to get this lady straight on it, and she flat got stupid on me. No, I want to talk to your list. She said, well, you need to call your representative. No, I don't. I need to talk to your supervisor, because it's clear to me that you're incompetent in your job. You don't even understand that you're a trustee in a fiduciary obligation. I bet you that your supervisor does. Let me talk to your supervisor. And she friggin' played around and shit and put me on hold. Okay, hold on a minute, put me on hold. About 5 minutes later, she came back and said, my supervisor's in a meeting right now, and she said she'll call you back later today. Guess who didn't get a call back? Me. Yeah, I'm hot. So come tomorrow, I'm going to call her back. This time I'm going to ask for the supervisor because I don't play. And I know exactly what this lady did. She went and talked to her supervisor, said, there's a guy on the phone who knows what's up.
Right.
Or this guy said this. Is that true? That was one of the two ways her conversation came with her supervisor. He's saying that I'm a trustee, and because see, when the conviction or the alleged conviction came down in the summer of 18, Social Security cut me out. And then they failed to inform Medicare that I was cut out. So Medicare, for about 4 or 5 months, kept running the premiums up. Then they finally cut it off because they wasn't getting their premium money every month. So they finally cut it off. When I got out and got it reinstated, they took me for about $550. Oh, well, you owe premiums. No. So I went off on these folks, and they know. I've done it. I wasn't out of prison 24 hours, and I was schooling these people downtown at the local office who I am and who they are. So there's no doubt that these folks got me marked. And I called the Congress lady today, later this afternoon, and left a message for her her worker that deals with Social Security to call me back. So we'll see how this goes. But that's how you got to do.
Yeah, okay.
When you go down there, don't you kiss their ass. They're the ones that need to pucker up. Take them some chapstick.
Right. Yeah,
you get down there and you let them know what it is that you want to do. Look, I'm here to sign up for my Social Security from my trust, and the annuity payment that I'm going to be receiving. Let them tell you what it is. Oh, that's not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah, and I know the video came at it from the disability angle, and I just wanted to have the confidence to know that same strategy would work for retirement benefits.
It's the same thing. It's a trust fund.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're not going to go in there and go, if you're not going to go in there and go, I want an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust, I need to check for the balance. If you're not going to do that, you're just going to get the benefits. Go in there. But look, write it. That's your trust fund. Actually, it's their trust fund. But it's there for your benefit. Can I cash
out the whole thing, or can I cash out the whole amount, or should I? Is it better to?
If you go in there, if you go in there and you argue, look, I'm 65. Well, come on in here. Let's sign you up for your benefits. No, I don't want them. I don't want to sign up for my benefits. What I want to do is inform you that the trust has matured. And now, because it's matured, I have the right to know what happened to this trust. I have the right to know every dollar that was put into this trust. The money, the dollars I put in and the dollars you put in, federal government. I also have the right to know every time this number was accessed. You didn't have the right to know that before you turned 65. When you turn 65, you do. The trust is matured, and in trust law, when the trust matures, the beneficiary gets access to the trust, and the trustees have to answer, did you do the right thing as a trustee? If you didn't, you're malfeasing in office, and we got a trust fraud issue we got to deal with.
Okay, yeah, so I'll be 65. So I'll be 65 in October. So I want to wait until I'm 65 before I go into the office.
Well, then what you're going to do is you're just going to go in and get the monthly annuity payment. And if you're going to do that, go in there and tell them, have them tell you what it is. And if it isn't enough, say, look, man, I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to need more than that. And they can actually approve you for a larger check. But see, nobody asks.
Right.
Nobody goes in there and goes, whoa, hold on a minute, this shit ain't enough. I need more.
Yeah. Well, according to my
I've still got a mortgage I got to pay, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. According to my SSA statement, right? I'm going to get, roughly, just for sake of argument, discussion, roughly $3,000 a month. And I'm just going to go and tell them, hey, that's just not enough.
It's not.
Right.
It's not enough. I need at least 4. I need at least 4 or 42.
How about 10?
That's a good number.
How about 10?
Well, yeah, you can ask that, and then give them the option to negotiate down. The beneficiary needs more than $3,000 a month. I need more than that. And there's millions in there.
All right, so you're saying this can be negotiated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody ever does, though.
So if there's like 100 or 200 million in there, how about $1 million a month?
You could do that. You could go in there and say, look, 3,000 isn't enough. I need more than that. I do. Because it's not enough. It's not enough to live on with Joe Biden's inflation.
Yeah, so it's better
gas
to wait
$5 a gallon.
So it's better to wait till I'm 65 before doing this.
Well, if you're going to go in there and you're going to ask for the on-ledger, off-ledger, you need to. Besides, too, if you wait till you're 65, if you do this now and go after the benefits, you're not going to get as much as you could get normally when you turn 65. They're going to give you what you're eligible for at 64. And 65 is going to get you more. 67 is going to get you more than 65.
Right.
But you can go in there and go, look, if you're not going to give me, or if you're refusing to give me more than $3,000, if you're going to refuse, then I need an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust. Because now we're talking malfeasance. It's in my best interest to have more than, it's in my best interest to have $5,000 a month.
Right. Okay.
Not 3.
Okay.
When I can barely make ends meet with 3.
Gotcha.
I've got medication and stuff I got to pay for. Whatever.
Okay. Awesome.
But
thank you, Chris.
It's negotiable. It is.
I know there's probably other people want to ask some questions, so I won't take up any more of everybody else's time here.
Thanks for calling.
So thanks
you,
Chris.
for being with us.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. All right, next caller is...
Yes. Hello.
Schroeder.
Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The Schroedmeister.
Chris, I finally got on this Telegram so I can communicate. How do I use it? How do I get in contact with people and get on to the...
You can private message.
So
anybody in there...
How does he find the group? I think he's wanting to know how to find the group.
Oh, to find the group. It's, well...
I don't know.
I tell you, The name of it is hang on a second here. It's Chris.
Well, I went in and put Chris Hauser's group, and I got three names that popped up, but that's it. And I, not knowing how to communicate.
Yeah, what you do is you a lot of things. 26,000. Anyway, it's Chris Hauser study group. Is the name of it, or Christopher Hauser study group. That's how you're going to find it. It's the full Christopher Hauser study group. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's shitload of members. There's 9,237.
Then how do I find out?
547 of them.
Wow.
Well,
how do I find out when they're having a group discussion or whatever?
It's 24/7. When you get in there, it's 24. There's 547 people online right now in this study group. You can let me see here. There's an invite link that you can put in.
Well, there's a message link. Write a message. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, what you need is that you need to be invited because it's not public. It's not just anybody can go in and get in. You gotta have the link. You gotta have the link.
Well, how do I do that?
Look here. You know where I got live videos on YouTube?
No, I don't. I've been trying to find that, and I don't know that. No.
No. So you've not watched any of the live YouTube videos of mine?
Yes, I have watched some, but I don't know where I put them. I got them a long time ago, and I put them somewhere, and I can't find them now. I'm really organized. I know.
Yeah, what you got to do is you got to go to YouTube, and you got to go to my my YouTube channel. It's just Christopher Hauser, and look for the videos. There's 75 of them. Look for the live videos. Okay. Look for the videos that are live. You'll see Q&A, and then there'll be a date. If you click on the video, on any one of those live videos, there's going to be a description box at the bottom. It's an arrow that kind of points downward. You click on that, and in that description there'll be the link to there's my email address. There's a link to the videos, or to the a link to the Telegram. And if you click on that link to the Telegram, it'll take you straight to it, and you'll be a member.
Okay.
You got to have that link. Yeah, you got to have that link.
Okay.
Are you trying to do that now?
No, I'm not right now because it sounds complicated, so it's going to take me a little while to figure that out.
Yeah.
So.
Go to YouTube, click on the live video, on any one of the live videos, hit the button, hit the down arrow, click around on those arrows at the bottom of the video, and then it'll put you in the description section. When you do, you'll see it. It usually starts with it'll start with let me see here. It starts with t.me/+, and then there'll be some letters and some numbers. You just click on that link and it will take you right to it. And then
t.me.
Yeah, that'll start out. It's a long link. of numbers and letters. But it'll start out t.me with a backslash and then a plus. And then there's a bunch of other
okay.
And that's how you find your way in.
Wow. How did these people find all that? Wow.
Yeah, it's
All right,
they're in there.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah, that I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, that answered me a lot. I'll try to work on that. Thank you. Thank you.
Now that we have remind me of how I did it. You can give me a call if you need to. And see
I
if
will
can help you out with
maybe
that.
do that. Okay,
right.
thank you.
The link might even be on your chat there or on your web page there. If not, man, it's all up in every one of the lives has got a link to the Telegram.
All right, thanks, Gene.
Thank you.
Okay, our next caller. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris. Thank you for all your time and effort, and I hope your health is getting better. This is Gary.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm with a group of about 5 people, and we have all put in 1099s for various things, from purchases to whatever. And we're hitting about 80 days now. Nobody has received a Schedule B of the 1099 or B page. I was just wondering if you think we should continue waiting, or what would you suggest?
Well, you can try and contact the Treasury. That's not always so easy.
No, it's not.
But it can be a real pain trying to get a hold of anybody there. If you do that, what you need to do is bounce around. You're going to get a lot of automated stuff. Bounce around trying different offices until you can get a live body, and then explain to them who you need to talk to, and they may be able to send you directly who you need to talk to about that. If you've already sent all that in, I wouldn't suggest doing filing electronically, not unless you're doing something completely new. This has been crazy because our government's so weak right now. You know what I mean? These people aren't working. Hell, they threw away 30 million filings, IRS filings here just not too long ago. They're so swamped, that it's taken incredibly too long. So the only thing you can do at this time is wait and try and contact someone inside, find out what's up. So so how many of y'all have done it?
5 of us, and we have about 12 1099 out at this time.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's 80
and they're all
days, quite a while.
They're all conservative.
Yeah. If you don't hear nothing in 10 days, I would definitely be trying to contact somebody. That's the longest. 80 days is about the longest I've heard anybody had to wait. That anybody's waited so far. So you guys have been at this for a little while.
Yes. And we also sent to MasterCard and Citibank, and they accepted them, but they never credited the accounts on the credit card or sent us a letter or anything.
Really? And they're still charging you?
and they're still
Have
charging
they threatened
us.
to cut your card off?
Not that I'm aware of, but they won't let us purchase anything on it anymore.
Okay, then they've accepted the payment. They've accepted the payment and they've closed the account, I'm assuming, right?
Not yet. We're still getting billed.
No. If they're not letting you access them, then the account is closed, right?
No.
You're not being able to use the card.
You're over your limit. You can't
bills.
buy anything else, and they're still sending us bills.
So you're over your limit? They got you over your limit, and probably not really over your limit. That's just the excuse they're using.
Yeah,
that's some of you guys. You got not all you guys have maxed your credit cards out, right?
The ones that sent it in we have maxed out our credit card, and we paid it off with a whole bunch of extra.
Oh yeah, okay. So you sent more than what you sent?
Yes, and we sent a coupon plus a 1099-A.
Yeah.
Allowing them to double dip.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did. Because they've closed your account.
But the account's not closed.
How is it that it's closed if they're not letting you access it? If you had a checking account and they closed it on you, you wouldn't be able to write checks on it, right? This is the same thing. They're not letting you write checks on the credit cards because it's closed.
Well, they say say that if we pay them with a check or another credit card or something, then it'll reduce the amount back down under the limit, and then we'll have access again. So it can't be closed.
Okay. Then what they've done is they've extorted you. They're saying, if you pay this, we'll do this. Right?
Essentially,
extortion.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what you need to do. I was talking to somebody about this earlier today. They're extorting you. When these people that you've paid lawfully, you've made a lawful payment, but when you've paid them, and they try to tell you that you don't owe them, yet if you do this, we'll do this. Or if you don't do this, then we'll do this. That's extortion. So here's what you need to do. Pay what they're asking you to pay, but do it with a money order. Get a postal money order, right? Send it to them in a postal money order, the payment. And then down there in the memo, part of the because it'll be carbon copied, right? Send them a postal money order, and in the memo part, write under fraud and extortion. Okay? Now, what they're going to do when you send that to them, they're going to pull it out, and they're going to say, oh, it's a money order. And they're going to look at the amount, and then they're going to send it on. And then what they're going to do is they're going to electronically transfer money from the postal money order. Once they accept that and they cash that, they are admitting that they committed fraud and they extorted you to do it. So there's two counts, right? There's fraud, and then there's a conspiracy to commit fraud, and then there is extortion and conspiracy to commit extortion, and then there's mail fraud and conspiracy to commit mail fraud, and then there's wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. This is the best thing. I was talking to somebody earlier about their light company. Oh, we sent them the coupon, and they said that if we didn't send the payment in, or that they wouldn't accept the coupon. And if we didn't send the payment in, they was going to cut off our lights. That's extortion. I said, look, do that. Do it like that, because you just had got them to admit that they extorted you. As soon as the funds transfer, that's mail fraud and wire fraud. And when you make them aware of that, look, I sent you guys extorted me into paying this extra money when you already received the payment. So you're trying to get more money out of me than what I owe. And then you're extorting me to do it. And then you're committing mail fraud and wire fraud by accepting the check. You admitted your guilt. You admitted your guilt when you accepted that post the money order and you cashed it. So that's how I'd suggest that if I were you guys, I would handle that. You want the money? Okay, you're going to get it. But as soon as you open up my account again and let me access it, I got you. Call him back and let him know. Let him know, hey, I got you. You just admitted that you committed crimes. Somebody's going to the penitentiary. Yeah.
So do I bring a lawsuit? Do I bring a lawsuit against them, or
it files criminal charges? File criminal charges.
Who do you file
and
with?
If it's across, check it out. If it's across state lines,
yeah,
there's some more charges right there. The wire fraud across state lines. You get the feds involved. You file criminal charges in the federal court. Have somebody arrested. You committed a crime.
Who do you file criminal charges with?
Huh?
Who do you file criminal charges with?
In whatever federal court district that the corporation is in. That's where the crime was committed. You sent them money in, say, Atlanta, okay? You go to the federal courts in Atlanta. File criminal charges. Look, these guys committed wire fraud. See, here's the copy. They committed a mail fraud. They admitted that they committed a crime, and then they committed wire fraud, mail fraud at the same time. I need somebody arrested. The CEO, seeing how you already sent them the coupon, you sent them to the CEO. You got a letter.
Yes.
Right, to the CEO. You had it notarized. Probably got a copy of it, I hope. You know, you're going to bring all that stuff together. Here is my evidence that I paid these guys in full, even double. And then they committed extortion to get me to pay more money. And then when push comes to shove, Public Law 73-10 says there is no debt. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the best way to do that. I tell people all the time, if you can use a 1099-A to pay off your mortgage, you can use a 1099-A to pay off your cars. There goes your two biggest monthly debts every month. Why can't you pay your own light bill? You're saving enough money to do it. But if you are going to do that, that's what you need to do when they start threatening you to extort you, to give them money that you don't owe them. Set them up, man. Look, the only reason I sent them this money order after they extorted me is because I can't have my cell phone or my house phone cut off. I need it for emergencies. I can't have my lights cut off. My food will spoil. You see what I'm saying? So I had no other option than to pay the extortion fee.
And I'm trying to take care of my 99-year-old mother.
Absolutely. You know, I got a mother, an elderly mother, you know, who has medical conditions, and you want to come cut my power off? You want to threaten to cut my power off because I paid you? And you're trying to get more money out of me? You're extorting me.
So, Chris,
yeah.
If you went online and got a transcript of your account for all 1099s filed, would that 1099 show up on the transcript?
If you talk, what are you talking about? If you go online?
If you get your transcript, your IRS transcript, you can get it online as well. I think it gives you the option to find out if, you know, to select if you want to do, like, who's filed 1099s on you and whatnot.
Yeah. You could, to check and see if they got them.
How would you
can do that.
How what?
How would you check it online, pray tell?
Go to your favorite search engine and type in IRS transcript online. It'll take you to the IRS website. I think there may be a fee associated with it, a small one. But you have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to do it for yourself. Can't be anybody else. I looked at that before.
Since I'm the one that issued the... Since I was the one that issued the 1099.
It's going to tell you every transaction that you've done with the IRS.
Right.
By your Social Security number, by the TIN number. You put that TIN number on them 1099A.
Right.
Every one of them that they've logged, there should be a record of it.
Well, I thank you very much. This has been very educational.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. All right. Next caller. 636.
Hey, Chris. This is Rob from Missouri.
Hey.
I got a couple things tonight. The CA that I sent in, and then the county dropped the cases against me for no driver's license and no insurance, and I forget what the other one was. But then they sent it back to the municipality that sent it to the county, and I just got a letter in the mail from the municipality with a court date on it here this week.
So the county dropped it and the municipality picked it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what they did to Mindy out. Well, not really, but in a roundabout way, kind of what they did to Mindy out there.
That's called a hot potato.
Yeah. Hit them with one.
You
got to realize it. Yeah, you hit them with one too. That ought to be pretty easy because it's just going to be a few folks in the municipality.
Also,
get it out to them, send it on.
Also, what I've learned lately is go to that municipality, go to the head person in charge, the main phone number, I guess. Ask for a public records request for all of their bonds. And you might even do it at the county level as well, because they might be covered at the county level. It's a public records request.
Yeah, I've
so
heard
then,
of that,
if you do a conditional, if you can get it, and it looks like they're covered, when you send in your conditional acceptance, send in a copy of their bond and go with it.
The county and the municipality was listed on the in the conditional acceptance. I just don't think these people get it. I don't think they get it.
Yeah. Well, get them again, because in the conditional acceptance you said if you do this to me again, right, you give me your power of attorney to create another set of liens.
And by the way, to do it again, what you may want to do, I learned this today, Chris, there's really only one line that you want to write on this. Let me see real quick. I wrote it down. I claim harm by way of trespass. You want to put that somewhere. I claim harm by way of trespass, because that's what you do. That's how you make a claim on a bond. I claim harm by way of trespass. You can use this conditional acceptance as your evidence, and I would recommend that you send it by notary presentment, and I know a few notaries that can do that for you. One in particular is probably closer to where you are.
Yeah, they don't realize what they're doing. It's like you said, but you also got to realize that this is a municipality; they're a corporation. McDonald's wants to take you to court. Wants you to come into their courtroom, where Ronald McDonald's sitting up there on the freaking bench with his big freaking red shoes on.
Yeah, I get all that, Chris, and they got the keys to the jail cells too. You know.
Yeah.
That's what makes it not very amusing, you know.
Yeah, you're. But it's good that they've dropped the charges. The county has, because they're in agreement with it.
You know, actually, the county here has been pretty receptive to my stuff over the years. I've sent tickets back. What is it? UCC 308. 308-1 or something like that, and they've dropped them and stuff.
Yeah.
They have not been unreasonable. In the other county that was my conditional acceptance, I sent the tickets back and didn't sign the everything I signed was under threat and duress, and they ignored everything. And I believe they still have warrants out for me. But
got to serve them all.
Anyway, I need to get my claim of lien into the Treasury, and maybe that'll get their attention. I committed to work on that this week.
All right. So does that answer your question?
One other quick question.
Okay.
What type of cordless power tools do you have, Chris? What brand? I want to send you something.
Chris. Oh, here we go again. Okay, hold on. All right, we're back. Yeah, so we talked for an hour and a half before we got cut off. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a record. That's a record. So yeah, that's
So he's got another question for you.
Okay, what's that, Rob?
What kind of cordless power tools do you have? What brand? I want to send you something.
Mostly DeWalt. I do have some Milwaukee, and I had an old Black & Decker set that I gave my 12-year-old son, man, and he's flat learning some carpentry skills with them. So.
Right on. So is it the Milwaukee M18?
Pardon me?
The 18-volt M18?
The 18. Yeah, the 18-volt.
Right on. All right.
Yeah.
I'll get you something in the mail here in the next day or two.
Cool, man. So what we're looking at now is the county's dropped them. The municipalities picked it up. And you think that there's another county that may have have warrants out?
I think there's 2 other counties that still have warrants out for me.
Yeah. I was going to say, one way to look at that is, if you've got a friend in the sheriff's department, you probably don't. If you're like, I had one, and he used to. I could ask him. I could give him my information, and he would run it. He'd run it for me. See if I had any warrants out. That might be one way to find out. You can always call the counties and ask them.
Yeah, I
you
think
can
I
call
can.
them and ask them.
All right, so
they don't always tell you. You know what I mean? They won't always tell you, but you can look. You can ask them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we gotta go on to the next person here.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
Chris.
you.
Thanks, Ted.
Hey, thanks for calling. Keep updating us, man.
Okay, 678. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Chris?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had filled out a 1099-A online to pay a debit card bill. Going back on there, I don't see where, when I first did it, it was submitted, and they told me it was submitted, but I have not seen any changes with that credit card debt being paid.
Okay. If you e-filed, okay, they sent you a copy. He probably emailed you a copy B, right?
They haven't. That's
right?
the thing. Yeah, they were supposed
they haven't?
to,
They
but
haven't sent you?
No.
How long ago was that?
That was back in, I think it was had to be back in May, April of this year.
Yeah, usually they're pretty quick at sending them, when you file electronically like that, sending you B back pretty quick.
Well, I haven't gotten anything back yet, and that's what I've been waiting on. So I'm wondering, my question to you is, because I know they send you a bill every month to pay on it, should I still keep paying it until I get that, or redo it? Since I have the 1099-A on hand, I have the forms now. Should I send it to them that way and have it registered so that they can get it?
Yeah, and what you could do is void that. You could go online and void out the one that you did, the electronic one you did. You could void that and then send them a paper one. But if you file electronically to the IRS, and they're not gonna send the money to your credit card company. You know, when you guys file online, when you guys are filing online, all you're doing is setting the A up to be used. When you get copy B back, then you would go to whoever you were going to go to deal with. Send a copy of copy B to the credit card company with the remittance coupon or without. But send it with a letter to the CEO. Hey, I filed this 1099-A. All you have to do is do the rest of the paperwork. And they can actually file some of that stuff online. The OID and the 96 can all be filed online. Quite possibly even the rest of the stuff, the 1040 and you may be able to file all that. But they won't do that until you get copy B back. That's the problem folks are having with this filing electronically. They're filing and thinking, oh, okay, well, I filed the A, so the dealership ought to get the money now, or the broker, the title company that's holding the title for the house should get the money now. It doesn't work like that. You got to get proof of that 1099A was filed online, so that they'll have something they can match it with when they send the rest of the stuff. So
you suggest that we actually do it with paper instead of doing it online, so that we can have proof that we had done so? Because I know with the paper form it has more than one copy, and so that can verify that we had actually sent it in.
Yeah. Well, what would happen if you did the paper copy? You would send the whole thing to the credit card company, and then they would send the whole thing in with their paperwork, and it keeps it all together. That's another reason why I'm kind of against filing online. I know people are doing it because there wasn't any 1099A. But if you got a 1099A, a hard copy of it, and you send it to the CEO, well, all he's got to do is get the rest of the documents together and send the whole packet off and get paid. They may even have the company might even be big enough that they've got a direct link to the IRS's or the Treasury's computers, so they can do all this electronically themselves. So depending on the company, a lot of times these larger companies, they have their own account set up with the with the IRS, so they can just shoot everything electronically straight to them. But when you send the paper copy in, they'll send you back, the Treasury will send, or the IRS will send you copy B back. When they send you copy B back, well, then you're going to know that the CEO and whatever company, credit card company, has done the paperwork and sent it off. And they're in the process of getting the money to discharge the debt.
Okay. One last question. My question is, if you buy a house and you want to do the 1099A, if you've already bought the house, can you still do a 1099A? Or do you have to do it before? If you've already bought, did you buy the house like with cash, or did you get a mortgage? Not yet. I'm in the process of purchasing a home, and so I want to know, in doing so, do I do the 1099A while purchasing the home? You can. If you're in the process of purchasing a home, all you got to do is go to whoever's going to get the money and say, look, I'd like to do this with the 1099A. I'm going to fill this out like this. See here, watch me do this. And then explain that to them. Look, you want to get paid? File this with these forms here, and you'll get paid directly from my trust account. Yeah, you should be able to do it as long as you haven't got the mortgage. If you go and buy a new house and you have a mortgage, well, then now what you need to do is do the 1099A to the mortgage company to pay it off. Okay, so if you bought the house already, then you still can utilize the 1099A, but you're sending it to the mortgage company this time instead of to the lender. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you're already set up, if you closed on the house and you got a mortgage, you can use the 1099A to pay the mortgage off. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice night, ma'am.
Okay, 509, go ahead. Area code 509, go ahead.
Sorry, that was me. I was muted. Chris, I wanted to see if the same information that you said earlier regarding, I believe it was Social Security, would apply towards food stamps, in the sense like I have a baby. It's been a really incredibly difficult year, and the food stamps, they messed them up last month, and because of it, I missed like an entire month. So I'm going to have to reapply. So I wondered if I reapplied and used my beneficiary signature, if I would be able, when they tell me like the monthly amount, if I would be able to say the same thing, like that's not enough for the beneficiary. My son's on formula, and there's a formula shortage, and we're actually running out, and I might not have enough to make it until then.
Yeah, yes, you can. Sign that when you go to reapply. I know the position you're in. I've been in it before in the past. Things get screwed up, and you got to go down there every so many months and fill out new paperwork and stuff. When you do that, go down there and sign that with the beneficiary signature and hand it to them. And then say, look, once they've accepted that, say, look, I need more money. You need to, and you can break it out for them. Look, I know that the tax dollars aren't paying for this. You may think they are, but they're not.
Right.
Matter of fact, these food stamps or these SNAP, EBTs are coming from my child's trust fund and mine and whoever other family members is on it.
Right.
And this isn't enough for us to eat. It's not. The price of food has gone crazy.
Yeah.
I remember getting ground beef for $1 back during Trump time. $1.49. Now it's $4.99.
Right.
And the thing about it is, they're not increasing the SNAP.
Right.
To meet the inflation cost of the food. So this isn't enough. And my baby needs special formula. This is our trust paying for this. And just the fact that the people down there, and another thing too, those social workers, they're getting paid from your trust too.
Right.
Your trust is paying their salary. Because they're acting as trustees, they're entitled to a percentage. That's why they love to put people on social programs like that. Because what it does is it pays their salary.
Right.
So, you're in a fiduciary obligation, Miss Social Worker, lady. And I know that it's in your best interest to take care of my best interest, or we wouldn't even be here today.
Right.
So, we need to get with, if you can't do this, we need to get with your supervisor or your supervisor's supervisor. Maybe we need to call Nashville. We might need to call Nashville. If we have to, let's talk to the commissioner. Because we need more money. We need more money on these food stamps.
Absolutely.
It's not enough.
I have one more question.
Yeah, what's that?
So I'm the one who had recently, I was in one of your lives, and I'd mentioned that a car repair shop had held my car hostage for over 4 months. Well, that caused us to be without income for 4 months. And I had to put the car back into the shop after that because the motor that they replaced, it actually needed a new, another line for the power steering. So then they charged me, on top of just paying them my entire tax refund check, they charged me another $500, which I still owe them, and I haven't been able to pay them because I've barely been able to pay my own rent and feed my family. So really what I would like to do is make a claim on their bond. Is that possible? Can I do that?
What I would do is if you owe them money and you want to take care of it, give them the 1099A. And then probably what I would do, seeing how your car's been in the shop twice now, and it's costed you a shitload of money, I would consider getting another car. Getting one that's in good shape.
I just got my 1099s this week, so we're going to try it at a dealership instead of use a trustee.
Yeah. Yeah, try it at the dealership, and if that doesn't work out, there's folks out here that'll be your trustee. There's folks out here that are willing to do that, hold that money in escrow, and then get your car or whatever it is you need from it. But I would suggest if that doesn't work, because some of these dealerships they don't want to get it,
I seen somebody saying that during the time we were waiting on our 1099s, that people were calling the dealerships and causing them to not want to deal with us. And that was in Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know if people are probably calling and asking about it, but you're better off going down there in person.
Right.
The reason I say that is so that if they do turn you down, what are you trying to say? You don't want to meet your fiduciary obligation?
Right. Apply.
We need to do this. Yeah, apply so that they can accept that.
Right.
And they are. There are dealerships that are taking these. So, and then a lot don't want to. If it takes 90 days, they don't want to. If they keep a car on the lot for more than 90 days, they have to pay the taxes on it. So they want to sell it. They don't want to keep these cars laying around. They got to sell them as quick as they can, or they're going to lose money.
Right.
I've been speaking with one guy. He works in a Honda dealership, over in Lenore City, out west of Knoxville, and I've ran him the process, told him about it, and he's been watching the videos. I talked to a lady today who has been in it with the CPA of a dealership her friend owns up in Kentucky, and he was holding off on it. The dealership wanted to do it, and he was holding off on it, and she ended up totally blasting this guy. And now he's like, well, okay, I'll do it. And believe me, if this works, I'm going to get me a car,
Right.
I
had a dealership I worked for in Hopkinsville who was interested in learning about it, but I think they're waiting on me to bring the car with, like proof, like to drive up in the car, and then teach them all about it, because he was my sales manager at Patriot Chevrolet in Hopkinsville, and now he's working here in Clarksville. Yeah. And so I think that I could get some dealerships on board here locally, but I just need to go and get a car first, huh?
Yeah, I hear you. I was stationed at Fort Campbell for 5 years in the late 80s, early 90s, so I know the area pretty well. Lived in Hopkinsville and Clarksville both. Yeah, good times. Got some fond memories there at Fort Campbell.
If we hit somebody, like if we back into somebody and we need to pay them with a 1099-A, they don't have an EIN. So what do you put in that?
Their Social Security number.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
If you hit somebody, they're going to act as a trustee. You're going to give them the 1099-A as the borrower, with the Treasury on as the lender. You're going to give that to them, and then you're going to show them how to do the OID, the 96, 40B, all that. If you have all that stuff handy in a little manila envelope, say, look, man, we don't even got to go with the insurance company. We can handle this right here on the side of the road, and talk to them about it. Show them how to get through it, and they're going to get a lot more money out of this process than they would ever get suing you. And they're going to get a lot faster than they would ever get it suing you. You know what I mean?
Right. I backed into my nephew's car this weekend, and that's why I asked that. When I backed into his car, he was really mad because he was like, I just got this car. I just paid $600 for it out of my bank account yesterday. So I was like, I could pay you with a 1099-A. He's like, my insurance is covering it. I don't need your 1099. But he wants me to pay his deductible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, if you want to get paid, I'm telling you how I can pay you, because at this point, I can't even feed my family. Sorry.
Yeah, tell him you pay his deductible. Tell him you'll pay a deductible with the 1099-A.
That's what I'll tell him. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Have a good night.
610, go ahead.
Hi, hello. My name is Taiwania.
Hello.
And I'm from Eastern Pennsylvania. How are you all doing?
We're here.
Well.
Wonderful. Yes. So, wow, this is awesome. Got through. Okay. So, first off, I want to thank you, Chris, for all you've done. Thank you. Thank you for the information. I mean, I've learned so much. And Tad, thank you for answering my emails. I appreciate you as well.
Oh, sure.
So, my question is, so I finally got my 1099As in the mail, and I got my birth certificate, so I'm going to start my process. So my question is, if I'm looking for a trustee, do I find someone who is knowledgeable of the process, or do I educate them about it?
Whichever.
Okay.
Whichever. If you can find somebody that knows about it, that's fantastic. If you can't, educate them.
That's what I'm coming across. People are like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah, but okay.
Yeah. That's what you'll want to do. What you want to do is, the best way to educate them is say, look, I noticed you need a new car. Why don't you let me be your trustee for you? We'll get you a new car. And then once they see it working, they're already going to be, you will have already schooled them how to be a trustee by showing them. You lead by example. You show them, now it's your turn to help me buy a car. Or, look, I realize you need you got 4 kids, man. You need to get out of this 2-bedroom apartment and get you a 4-bedroom house.
Right.
Let me show you how you do this. Be their trustee for them. And then after you get their deal done, they'll be like, hey, I can do this for you. Yeah, if you learn how to do this for me now, you can do it for others. Then we're creating as many trustees as we are beneficiaries. Yeah.
That's the intention, because I was like, okay, so I went ahead and got my license to sell life and health insurance so I can actually create annuities for individuals as well. And I was like, okay. And then I went ahead and said, you know what, let me tap into a little bit of trust law. But the trust law is totally different than what we're trying to do. I'm like, okay, let me get away from that, because I don't understand what that is, trust law. Let me come back to what I'm doing here. So, okay, so just pretty much, so it's all about educating and opening up individuals to the information and then going from there.
Yeah, it's sharing. Sharing what you've learned.
Yeah, what you learned.
So others can learn the process and do it, and do it themselves. That's where we all win.
Let me ask you a question. So based on what I'm gathering, right, is that, so there's not just one way. There's not just one way. It's like, based on the fact that everybody has individual experiences with this, it's not just one way. I mean, there's guidelines, but there's not just one way. Am I right to come to a conclusion? Yeah,
there's more than one way to skin a cat. There always
right.
And that's why people are doing the electronic thing and doing it the way we're doing it, and and here's my thought on that. If it's not the right way, somebody's going to tell you.
I mean, your group
knows. Yeah. Somebody's going to give you the right information. If you're not doing it, that's how the education works.
Okay.
If you're out here doing something, you're not doing it right. Somebody always comes along and go, hey, you're not doing that right. You need to do it like this.
Okay.
Because you're going to see it. If you're doing it the wrong way, it's not going to work. If you do it the right way, it's going to work. That's with anything.
Right. And that's what this is. Okay. All right. Those are my questions. So appreciate it. I can't believe I actually spoke. That's, all right.
Thanks for being on tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Beryl.
Thank you, Tad, for being here and for having Chris on. Thank you, Christopher, for being here. I have a couple questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I get more per month on my Social Security payment that I've been receiving for now about 15 years? And I get a very measly amount because I learned to not keep paying into it. So I get about $623 a month.
Yeah, you're getting about the poverty level of it. My mother-in-law was getting about that, and that's before inflation hit. She stopped getting it a couple of years ago when she passed away, but even then it wasn't enough. What you need to do is you need to require that it be raised. Go to the Social Security office and say, look, you know as well as I do, gas has gone up $3 a gallon than it was 2 years ago. I'm still getting the same amount. I need more. Everybody gets the cost of living increase. Well, guess what happened to the cost of living over the last 6 months? I require that the Social Security Administration increases my monthly benefits as something more survivable. That's ridiculous. You're only getting $600, $700 a month.
Some years
That's
ago,
painful.
some years ago when I was here to take care of my mother, I went to the Social Security office to get a new Social Security card. The woman there, she said, well, this is a ridiculous amount of money. It was much less then. And she said, I'm going to put you on SSI to bring it up a little bit. So that added SSI. So altogether now I get about $820-something a month between SSI and SSA. So
that's still,
you said go to the Social Security office and tell them I need an increase in the benefit. That's as simple as that.
No, I require.
I require, I wrote that down.
I require the Social Security Administration to increase my monthly benefits. Or, if you don't think that you can do that, then what you need to do is give me an ledger account of the trust.
You're breaking up.
That you can't.
Yeah, you're starting to break up, Chris.
I said it's okay. What you want to say when you get there is that you require this, and if you will not increase if you're unwilling to increase my monthly benefit payment, well, then you're malfeasing in office, which means I need an on-ledger and an off-ledger account of the trust. To give them that option. I'm just going to cash this out. If you can't be a trustworthy trustee and give me the extra benefits that you know that I need, well, then you're malfeasing in your duties. And therefore I require an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust. You start talking to them like that, and they freak out. They know that they got a beneficiary in front of them. They know this. When you start acting, that's what I tell people all the time. You need to act as the beneficiary, because if you don't, they're not going to know that you know you are. And they're going to walk all over you. Even if they don't know what a trustee is or a beneficiary is, they're going to run over you because they think they can. They're trained to do that. They're trained to run over you and not be so nice. Well, when they realize, go ahead, man.
Tell me again what it is I'm going to require of them. Something about the trust.
I require an increase in my monthly payments If you are unwilling to comply to your responsibilities as a trustee in a fiduciary obligation, well, then I need you to give me the on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust and a check for the balance. So I can go and find a trustee who will do the right thing and meet and take care of my needs. This is why, this is the argument that you have when you go to get a new car. The beneficiary needs a new car. This old rickety car I got doesn't get me to work. It doesn't get me to my doctor's appointments. Therefore, the beneficiary needs a new car. It is in my best interest to get a new car. But therefore, it's in your best interest as a trustee to see to my needs. That's the attitude you need to have when you go into Social Security. Look, you're the trustee. I'm the beneficiary. According to trust laws, you have to do what's beneficial for the beneficiary. If you're not, you're malfeasing in office, which is fraud. It's a crime. You're committing trust fraud by not doing your job. When you guys start having this attitude like that, and you know who you are, that's why I say it all the time. You got to know who you are and what you're capable of. When you do that, people are going to see that. You'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears. If you're a tree who's a beneficiary tree, you're gonna produce that, and people are going to say, "Dang, that's a beneficiary tree. We better make sure we take care of this thing." Yeah.
Okay.
It's worked for me. That's worked. Having that attitude has worked for me for, I guess, 7 or 8 years now. Even in prison, where the prison guards will treat you like crap, they learn different with me. They learn real close. They learn real quickly that this guy isn't our average butt-kissing prisoner type. He's walking around here like a king. I am the king. I got a whole different attitude. They walk lightly around me while I was in prison. We better leave this guy alone. Even if they didn't understand what it was that I was doing, they knew that I was dangerous. Let's just leave this guy alone.
So I have 2 more questions real quickly, and thank you for sharing that. That emboldens us when you tell us things like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. The second thing was, this house that I am in was my parents' home. It was foreclosed by a fraudulent HUD foreclosure. There was no documents even in the recording file. Okay, so I'm still in the house. The case got closed. Yehovah did that for me. He just took care of it for me because I trusted in him, because I didn't know what to do. I was listening to different things, but nothing was really clicking what I should absolutely do. So I'm still here in the house, and now I need to fix it all up. So what do I do? Do I use there's a few things that come into my mind. It seems like my folks' Social Security accounts, that money should go to their heirs, not just be closed off to us. Can I access those, or should I just go do what would you suggest, just do a 1099 that I need about $300,000 to get this house fixed up again?
Yeah, well, here's what you can do. If you need $300,000, you're going to want to tack on there about $60,000 more, $60,000 for yourself for being the contractor. Then you take the other $300,000 and use that money to pay the contractors to do the work for you. Or you can find a contractor and give them the 20%, give them the $60,000, and give them the $300,000 to do the work, and then just let them do let them have the $60,000. Oh, they're going to love you. Well, how much is this going to cost? You get them in there to give you an estimate. They're going to say, well, this is $300,000. So what you're telling me is that you can do it for $240 because you done marked it up 20% anyway, right? And if they say, well, yeah, that's how we do. Okay, get them $300,000. That's how I would do it, and then let them worry about it. If you need $300,000, you probably need to ask for. If you actually need $300,000 to fix it up, you're probably going to want to do a 1099-A for $360. So you can tell the contractor, look, it's going to take $300,000 to fix this up. I'm going to give you $60,000 to do it, and then get them to accept that 1099-A. Show them how to fill out the paperwork. Once they learn how to do this from you, they're going to do it with everybody. They're going to keep themselves stacked up with work. So.
Okay, so I have a few times gone to try to find your YouTube videos, your YouTube channel, putting in your name. Couldn't find it. Some musician comes up and others, but because I need to know, I need to follow that to learn how to do the 1099s. I still don't know how to do it. I got a bucket load of things I can do them with.
Okay, there is a Christopher Hauser out there. He's a musical composer, plays the piano. Yeah. He's not bad. Actually, we're friends. He found me on Facebook. Said, we got the same name. I said, okay, friend. But if you go on YouTube and you put in Christopher Hauser and you see the profile picture is a World War II Army soldier. That was my granddad. It's in black and white. Got a big old hat. I'm sure you've probably seen pictures of World War II soldiers before. That's how you'll find my profile. And then I have the backdrop for it is the civil flag, which is vertical stars and stripes, blue stars with a white field. And when you see that, that's me. There's 75 videos on there right now.
So where are they categorized at all for 1099s or anything?
Well, they'll say a lot of them where I talk about the 1099As, they'll say it in the title. Most of them will. And then the OIDs and things like that, they're titled so you can find those. You don't have to watch all the videos. Although the videos will give you the information to have that beneficiary attitude, to know who you are, and once you learn that, people will quit walking on you. Yeah.
Okay. So the last question is, how do I get, and what are the benefits of first, and how would I get a Treasury Direct account?
I've seen a few people have those, and I've heard some stories about it. Matter of fact, I heard about the Treasury Direct account from a guy I was in prison with when I first went to prison. He had one, and he was telling me about it. And he actually got on there and ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon, $10,000 worth of stuff from Amazon, and it was all supposed to ship to his house in one day. And because he used that direct account to pay for his stuff, he ordered a bunch of stuff, and they actually intercepted it the day it was supposed to be delivered, sent it all back. So I'm not so sure if I would even mess with a Treasury Direct. My feelings on it is, if you're going to use the Treasury Direct account, well, if they can directly create it, then they can directly get in it. So I would be a little hesitant to get one of those myself.
Okay,
I haven't yet.
I was recently told that by a friend that you can have the something paid for by getting the. Hold on just a second. I got to find it here. By going online and getting the Treasury Direct routing number. And you use that routing number as though it were your checking account routing number, and then use your Social Security number with no dashes, and that would be like your checking account number. So with those two sets of digits, you can pay for anything as though it's your checking account using those.
Here's
and
the
friend
issue
said
with
it
that.
would.
Here's the issue with that. Yeah, it'll go through, but then they charge it back. It gets reversed right away.
To what?
So my understanding is, that's an account. Yeah, it has your name on it, but you're not authorized to use it, is the thing.
Yeah.
Where would it get kicked back to, Ted, since to my Social Security, the number? That's the only number that's on it, besides their number.
Yeah, go ahead, Ted.
What was the first statement you made? I missed it.
Okay, the first digits, the routing number, is not. It's their routing number. It's the routing number for the Treasury
So you're saying
Direct.
it's our Social Security number, so why not, right?
Yeah. So where would they kick it back to?
Because it's not our Social Security number. It's their number. It's their trust account, but we benefit from it. They created it. So
they're sending it back. They're stopping it, and then they're sending it back. Like I was saying with this guy from Knoxville that I met in prison. He got the factory or the Treasury Direct account, and then used his Social Security number to purchase stuff on Amazon. And the day that it was supposed to be delivered, they reversed the money back. It was like everything that he bought from Amazon got taken back from Amazon. Well, now that you haven't paid for this stuff, everything goes back to Amazon. So if you use that to buy a car and you drive off the lot with it that day, they turn around and they take the money straight back. Now you got the dealership calling going, hey, man, we didn't get the money. It went back to where it came from, which is your trust account.
I see.
What Chad just said is what I've heard everyone who's done this. The same problem. It happens to everybody that I've heard talk about this. As soon as they order it, order whatever it is they're ordering, almost immediately or within 24 hours, the money's taken back. Because you can't do that with your Social Security account. It's a trust fund, not a bank account. You can't do that. If you could probably you might be able to have somebody take your Treasury Direct account and act as a trustee to pay your stuff out. That may be feasible, but it's a trust fund. You can't do that, and that's why they're taking it back.
Okay,
so
then
we got some more people waiting.
I was going to try it with the utilities, but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd probably stay shy of that Treasury direct account thing.
Thank you very much.
That's
God bless you all.
my personal opinion.
Thank you.
You too have.
Okay, 210, go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you. I wanted to ask about filing the claim of lien. When it reads, this claim of lien is filed against, for me, it'll be like Harris County or the state of Texas Department, what have you. The lien debtor, in order to prevent evasion of financial liability and to prevent attachment for the satisfaction of suits and liens. Do we physically go down to the county clerk and file it? Do we file online? Can you talk about that process, Christopher, please?
Yeah. When we're doing the claims of lien, we're doing them based on the conditional acceptance. Those claim of liens get sent to the Treasury. Now, what you can do with those claim of liens is send copies of them to the individuals that you're liening by certified mail, or you send it to them so they're noticed of it. But, if you wanted to, you could file them down into the record. You could file them into the record. You sure could. But it's not necessary. Unless, of course, you want them to know. If you want them to know that you've done this to them, then you could send it. You could also put them in an ad in the paper and run them 3 consecutive weekends in the paper, and it's a legal notice that way. But it's not necessary. If you're a vengeful type, by all means. I wanted these people to know I got in your pocket. So I sent them. I said they were noticed. They were noticed that this is coming, but it's not necessary. You can send the claim of liens to the secretary. They may not even know, as long as you don't do a UCC-1 on them. They might not even know that the Treasury just took $3 million out of their trust. You know what I'm saying?
So the legal definition of file, like a record of the court, a paper is said to be filed when it's delivered to the proper officer to be kept on the file as a matter of record and reference. That's not necessary. We can go ahead and monetize it and then have the assignment agreement and then send those claims of lien to the Treasury.
Yeah. Because the Treasury's going to register them. Treasury's going to register them.
Do you have any time period that you wait for? Like once you've done the conditional acceptance, you wait 10 days. After the 10 days is surpassed, you go ahead and fill the claims of lien, you get them notarized, you monetize them, and then you send them off to certified mail return receipt to the lien debtors, and then you take the originals and send them with the assignment agreement to the Treasury and the Treasury contract all at once, or is there a separate step in the process?
Well, you're going to do the claims of lien. You're going to send them to the Treasury. You're going to send them out to the individuals, if you wish. If not, you're going to assign them to the Treasury. They'll go to the Treasury, and that'll be it. They'll do the rest of it. The Treasury will. They'll do the rest of the paperwork. They're going to be the ones that actually do the lien. You're not, when you do this contracts with the Treasury, you're not liening anybody. They are. The Treasury is actually doing the lien. You're not. That's the problem that the state's dealing with right now with our case. Oh, well, we didn't, these guys really didn't lien anybody in Davison County. They'd like to think we did, but truth be known, we didn't. We didn't file any liens on anybody. The Janet Yellen will. Janet Yellen will be the one that files the liens. So they will go in the record.
So what had happened to me was a citation or an offer, right? So I conditionally accepted. This was in Harris County. I went to visit a friend for the weekend, and I'm in Bexar County in San Antonio. Do I need for the claim of lien to be notarized in Harris County because the claim of lien is Harris County? Or can I notarize in Bexar County and the claim of lien in Harris County is still okay?
You can notarize it in any county. You can notarize it in any county. The only reason you're notarizing it is the reason that you do that is the notary public is acting as if they are the Secretary of the State. They're an agent. A notary public is an agent for the Secretary of the State. So it doesn't matter where you notarize it at. It's like the Secretary of the State's notarizing it. So you don't have to do it in the county that you got the ticket in or whatever the case may be.
Thank you. So the assignment agreement and claims of liens, they go together, and then do I wait a period of time before doing the Treasury contract, or do you do them all at the same time?
Okay, no. As soon as you get the 10 days over on the claim of lien or on the conditional acceptance, the lien security is the conditional acceptance. So you can create the claims of lien, assign them with an assignment agreement, and then in the contract with the Treasury, it's an automatic 45 days. You can put 45 days from the date on this letter in the contract, but it's not necessary because it's given. This contract's good in 45 days. Unless you dispute it somehow, then you've acquiesced to it. It is a contract. So
when I mail it off to the Treasury, the assignment agreement and Treasury contract, and I'll have it. What do you say? Attachments or attached will be 1099A, 1099 OID. It'll have all those things, the claims of lien for the principals and their. Okay. Thank you so much.
And the green card. Send the green cards. Everything that's got a wet signature on it needs to go with the contract to the Treasury.
My green cards have stamps mostly. None of them have a wet signature.
That's fine.
By the secretaries.
Make copies.
Break it up, Chris.
Use them copies of the green cards. Make copies of them for your record. Send the originals with the contract to the Treasury.
Excellent. Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For taking my question this evening.
Thanks for joining us.
775, you're next.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It was on mute. Hi, Pat. Hi, Chris. I'm so glad that you took my call.
Hey.
I'm fangirling a little hard over here.
I'm glad you answered.
So I had a question, dealership related. I have spread my wings and put myself out there over the last 2 days. I initially tried with a Chevy dealership. It did not go well or in my favor. Cried over it, went on an emotional roller coaster, but it gave me motivation. I reached out to another Chevy dealership right in the next town over, and then I also reached out to a Cadillac dealership also in the next town over, and I have a meeting with the Chevy dealership owner tomorrow at 9 a.m. to talk about accepting a 1099-A. I just wanted to confirm a few things. Thank you. I've watched all your videos probably 100 times each, but I trust you, and I just wanted to confirm with you that I have everything correct. So I have my 1099-A right in front of me. For the Cadillac dealership, this was about 2 hours ago, he said that we would have to order it, and the way that I have my 1099-A with the description box, with it not having a VIN number, I just put in there automobile and then the make and the model. Is that correct?
Yeah, make, model, year, color, all the stuff that you can put on there that you do know about. Because see, here's the thing: when you do that 1099-A and you don't have the VIN number on it, if they want it, you can always do a correction and send another one with the VIN number on it when you get it. I don't think that's going to be necessary, though.
Okay, so the VIN number is not a deal breaker.
You'll have no, it's not. If you order, you're going to have a purchase order, right? Purchase order number?
Yes, I did ask about that, and he said that I would not receive a purchase order until I purchased the vehicle.
Yeah. I would just do that. And then if the dealership gets hit with we require the VIN number, well, then you can give them another 1099-A, or you could probably do an amendment or a correction to it electronically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's perfect. I don't feel very confident with the electronic. I would rather do the hard copies. I have a ton of hard copies right in front of me.
If you had the hard copy, right, and you didn't have the VIN number, you could correct it with an electronic filing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Well, you'll be correct.
I do now, yes.
And the only correction you're going to make is the VIN number. Okay,
that's perfect.
No, and what they're going to do is to file electronically and then correct with the hard copy would be different than filing with the hard copy and correcting with an electronic, because they've already got the hard copy at the Treasury.
Outstanding. My next question is, I have a list of documents, and I've heard several different things. I just want to confirm, because tomorrow is my meeting with the owner of the Chevrolet dealership, and I'm a little nervous. It's a little intimidating, but I'm excited at the same time. I am telling her that she needs my 1099-A, the 1099 OID, the 1096, 1040V, and an 8888. Is that correct? That's all I'm needing to put in the packet
That's
for
correct.
her?
Yeah, that's all you need. And go in there with confidence because you're a queen.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I really hope
you're a queen. Go in there like you own it, because you could.
If it wasn't for the first Chevy dealership turning me down, I don't think that I would have been led to where I have a meeting with the actual owner. So that's super exciting. I'm very exciting. I am so glad to talk to you. Thank you so much for everything, Chris.
If this is the first time they're doing this, they need to realize that when this works, they're going to sell a shitload of cars. And there's not going to be any haggling. There's not going to be any haggling.
I hope so.
And not only that, they can add 5%. Whatever the price of the car is going to be, hey, have them loaded. Say, look, this is all the extras that I want on it. You know, all these dealerships, that's where they really make their money at. When you start getting them to put the extras on at the dealership. You know, I want the extended warranty, and I want the ding and the dent and the road hazard and the, tinted windows and the, stuff that they do there that's going to run up the bill. And then when they get it right to where it's at, right to where you can't jack this thing up anymore, have them add 5% on for taking the trusteeship. Okay.
Okay, I'm writing that down right now. 5% for trustee.
Not only are you going to get sticker price for it. I'm going to order all this extra stuff. And you're going to get your commitment. And on top of that, the owner's going to get 5% for acting as a trustee in the action. You're giving them a crazy incentive to do this. And if it works for them the first time, they're going to be as confident as you are, and they're going to sell cars like freaking crazy.
I hope so. I hope this goes successful for me so I can share it with everyone else around here. So my last question,
well, yeah,
I know that
you could be like, I can bring all kinds of business to you.
Absolutely.
You could be their best
I live in
car salesman.
Urington, Nevada, so it's very small here. But I'm sure that they need the business, so I'm sure that's why I'm meeting with the owner. My next question, real quick, is after I give her my 1099A, the 1099 OID, the 1096, the 1040V, and the 8888, after her and I gather all of those documents, from start to finish, could you just share with me what the process would be? So in case she is not knowing, then I can share what it's supposed to look like with her. How long is it going to take for her to receive funds possibly?
Well, if they do the 8888, it's only going to take about 3 to 4 weeks. Or should only take that long. And as far as I could send you pictures. If you hit me up Messenger, I'll send you pictures of what all the forms are supposed to look like when they're filled out. I got some templates.
Okay.
So you can show them.
Send them to me too, would you?
Yes, absolutely. I have not logged into my Facebook probably in about 10 years, but I will do that, and I will find both of you, and I will send that. My name is Alyssa Rose, so if you see my name, it's very specific. It's one word. There's no space. So that's me.
Okay. What I'll do is I will send these pictures to Tad, and then he can put them on his website too. And if you send me an email,
you guys are both on Telegram. Is it possible to do it through Telegram?
They're probably on Telegram. The pictures are probably on Telegram.
So why don't you contact me at youhavetheright.com or however, and I'll send them to you that way when I get them.
Okay, I appreciate it. Is there any chance that it will be this evening? My appointment's at 9.
I'll send them to you right now, Tad.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'll send them to you right now, and then you can put them on there. I thought I already did, but maybe I didn't. I'll send them to you right now, and then you can share them tonight.
All right, contact me at the website if you would, please.
Okay, I will, and that's the website that you listed in your announcement for the phone call. I just seen it just not that long ago.
You what?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You did what not long
I'm
ago?
fairly new. I just saw your post not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
On the Telegram channel. This is my first introduction to you. I am trailblazing the best that I can, but I'm fairly new at it, so I'm sorry to sound so ignorant to so many things. I have watched the videos. I have done as much research as I can, but it just makes me feel better talking to an actual real person.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay.
All right, Tad.
646, you're next.
Hello?
646 area code. Okay.
I just sent them out to you.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
I have a question about if you send in the...
oh, my gosh, I can't even hear you. Your microphone sounds really muffled or far away or something.
It could be my headphone. Let me take the headphone off.
Okay.
Yeah,
is that better?
Oh, much better.
A lot better.
Okay. My question is, with the A for V's, when you send them in to Internal Revenue, how do you know? Like it's not like the 1099A online where you could track it. It tells you the status. How do you know, like, what's the status? Is it something like where you can call and find out? Is it like I was told it takes like a month to 90 days. And what if it gets processed but not reflected on your statement? How does it work? I'm not really sure what to expect.
Okay. When you say A for V or except for value, are you talking about if you owe back taxes and they send you a statement with a coupon? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, or like the coupon where you put like the stamp on it that's like at an angle with the money order on the coupon.
Yeah. I don't even call that. What you do is you put the amount in the coupon. You don't have to put nothing on that coupon. No UCC1, 308, none of that stuff. There's no stamp needed, nothing. It's a coupon. You're redeeming it. There's no need to put a 2-cent stamp on it and sign it sideways with a gold pen and all that other stuff. All you got to do is put the amount on the coupon, and then on the back of it, sign it with the beneficiary signature. And then send it with a letter, the remittance letter.
I think I signed front of it as authorized representative, but I didn't sign the back.
Yeah. Sign the back.
Okay. Well, I think
Don't ever sign as an authorized representative. Always sign with the beneficiary signature.
Beneficiary? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it going to get rejected?
If you want to do the A for V stuff, you're gonna have to watch a different video because I haven't done any A for V videos. There's plenty of them out there though that'll teach you how to do that if you want to try it that way. I just never seen any. Why you want? Yeah, when you go to Walmart with your $5 off coupon, you don't put a stamp on it and sign it sideways. Put all that other stuff on it. You don't have to do that. You just hand them the coupon. That's basically
I was following
what you did.
like a manual that I found, like a manual with instructions.
All right. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, and also what you said previously about the 1099 online, there is a checkbox where you can email it and snail mail the copy B to the party.
Yeah, you can do that. When you get the email that's copy B, the copy B of the 1099A, once they send you that email, you can print it out and make a copy of it, keep it for yourself, but make a copy and send it on to the wherever you're trying to pay the debt at.
Okay, that was another question. Like, if you send the remittance letter and what's it called, conditional acceptance with the copy B the first time, do you have to send it, like if you do it every month, do you have to send it every month?
No, look, you're never going to send a remittance letter and a conditional acceptance together. You're not going to do that. You're going to send the remittance letter, and if they try to mess around and say they're not accepting it or don't say anything at all, give them some time, then you're going to send a conditional acceptance. You're never going to send those together. somebody did that here it's been a couple of months ago. They sent the coupon in the remittance letter, and then they put a conditional acceptance in with it. And the people turned right around and said, I don't know what kind of shenanigans you're trying to pull here. And they just totally sent it all right back to this lady. That works in steps. First, you got to make them an offer, and then you got to wait for them to turn it down. Now you can use the conditional acceptance.
Okay.
All right. Does that answer your question?
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Have a good night.
Mary, you're next.
Hey, darling and darling. I have a kind of a complex situation. I have a friend that's 34 years old, had a mishap. A young man ran out in the street. He hit the young man, 16 years old, and right now, to make a long story short, he's looking at 15 years in prison, $50,000 fine. He's received death threats from the family, and he's a partner in a fourth-generation business, and they're looking to sue him. Thoughts? Thank you. Love you guys.
Well,
dang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it that the individual that got hit is dead.
No, he actually survived. He actually survived. But he ran in the street because he was being chased by a water gun or something. They were playing stupid shit.
Yeah. So it was an accident.
Yep.
The guy probably shouldn't be getting any time at all for it, unless he was intoxicated or something.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. So the one that was driving is the fourth generation, and the business is the business that he's working or that he's from is trying to sue him. Why are they trying to sue him?
Wait, no. I think what she's saying is the family's trying to sue him, but he's the owner of a fourth generation business, so he's got assets that can be taken away from him.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to sue him. And he's just been fined $50,000.
Well, tomorrow is his first hearing, so the fine could be up to $50,000 and up to 15 years in prison, and he's only 34 years young.
What's the charge?
Oh, felony hit and run.
Oh. Did he?
There's where it's at.
Yeah. So he hit the guy and then left?
Yeah, he didn't know it was dark, and he didn't see the kid because the kid is black. It was 10:30 at night. The lighting and where he was not good, and he felt he hit something, but he didn't know what he hit, and he left. And, with carjackings and stuff today, I get it. I don't know if I would have stopped. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. And my heart goes out to this young man. He's got a heart of gold. And then they're, sending him death threats and saying not very nice things. Yeah. And, I don't know how to help him.
I would say it's probably over our heads.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Well, I gave it a shot.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, you could, you can always challenge the jurisdiction. I always do that. But
here's something I've learned today that could derail this case. You're setting up the court. What he can do is go in and say, Judge, before we begin, the Constitution allows for 3 jurisdictions what is it, Article 1 court, Article 3 court, or maybe it's 4 jurisdictions, Admiralty and Maritime. Which jurisdiction are we in? He's not going to answer it. So then you can set the judge up for a claim.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, thank you. And again, it's just a bad situation for both parties. You know, I mean, didn't the 16-year-old kid be taught you don't run out in the street?
Yeah,
well,
16-year-old kids are stupid.
Well, yeah. So, anyhow, but thank you,
Mary,
and I appreciate you both. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Have a blessed night.
Chris, I'm going to call it a night. We've been here for 2.5 hours or more. So.
All right.
So everybody, thank you.
Been a good night.
Hold on, Chris. Everybody, thank you for joining. Please go to youhavetheright.com, join our mailing list, and join our monthly subscription or membership because it's quite valuable. Again, folks, thank you. Good night.